Well, you would think since Watergate that the doors would just be open now to all reporters, but no, it just seems to get more and more difficult to get information. And of course, there's more information than ever out there if you want to investigate something to the fullest. So these issues, I mean, the First Amendment and, in our case, Arizona Public Records Law, are just critical to getting information that public officials want to keep secret. We spend much of our life trying to do that. That is the key to the best stories out there, the stories that have impact, that make a difference. So one thing we've tried to do is make sure that every reporter not only is part of this sort of investigative watchdog culture, but they know the law and they know how to use the law and they know when they can pull it out and in what situations it will work and what won't work, what's been decided in court. A few years ago, our editor, Randy Lovely, took the reins of the paper and decided that one of the biggest priorities here was going to be investigative reporting, watchdog work. And increasingly that became also Gannett's priority nationwide. So he set several things in motion to make this happen. For one thing, investigative work became a top priority for every reporter, no matter what the beat. Secondly, he set up what he called, his idea was to create a Watchdog Committee, and he asked me to chair that committee. We had people from across the newsroom, every department. We would meet once a month, and our goal was to roll out information, roll out training, recognize successes in an effort to build a stronger watchdog culture within the newsroom. Some of the things we did, we held weekly meetings at which we would make a presentation at our 11 o'clock news meeting to talk about a success, an investigative success, a challenge, an issue with public records, something new that had cropped up that we hadn't even thought about. How a particular reporter was able to get a certain document or data in order to produce an enterprise story. We helped develop training here at the newspaper for 2 years. We had a larger training effort going on, but one of our jobs was to make sure that it focused on investigations. We brought in guest speakers, including attorneys and others. We sent people to the IRE convention every year. We came back with all kinds of new ideas and tips and tools. We bought a whole mess of handheld scanners that reporters can use very easily. You go to an office and they'll tell you, I'm sorry, you cannot make photocopies of this. We can't, or it'll cost you a lot of money. Or the copies are bound. We just can't unbind them for you. We have our magic wand here. We just scan the document in. They cost 60 bucks each, and we more than made back the price of those scanners in just a couple of visits to some public agencies. The paper became very aggressive and very willing to go to court to fight for public records. It's expensive. It's not cheap. And we did that in several cases. One of the best examples was after the shooting in Tucson, in which Representative Gabrielle Giffords was wounded. Right off the bat, we learned that the suspect, Jared Loeffner, had been acting very strangely in his classes at Pima Community College in Tucson. We wanted the emails. We wanted to know we wanted all the reports of those incidents. We also wanted to, and we had to fight for those. We had to fight for the search warrants in which authorities searched his home, as well as autopsy reports. We sent demand letters from our attorneys. Almost immediately, we got those documents. We also asked for hundreds, thousands of emails that were sent between officials and professors and employees of Pima Community College about Jared Loeffner. They refused to give them up. So we went to court time after time to fight for that. And that was an interesting court battle because we were dealing with the Family Educational and Privacy Act that protects your grades, your transcripts, and private information from students. That was the college's rationale for not providing these emails. Under pressure from us, they finally disclosed some emails that revealed that even a few months after Jared Loughner had left the college, security, the campus police, were still concerned about him and put out kind of an all-points alert to be on the lookout if you see this guy on campus. And this is months. This is like less than 2 weeks before the shooting. You know, government, in some sense, public officials, it hasn't changed over decades. I mean, it is in their interest not to tell the whole story and to spin the story their way, whatever side of the political aisle you're on. Our role is to make sure that as many of the facts, the most meaningful facts, get out, and to try and put those in perspective. And that's what the First Amendment and the Public Records Law are all about.